Do you know that KC Current have a league best 20 goals in the first half? 20 this season. And 12 of those have come in the opening 25 minutes of play. What is happening, everybody? Welcome to another episode, another victory pod of Currently on No Other Pod here on KCSN. I'm Daniel Kooser here with Chris Wright. It's another celebration, baby.
Chris, how many in a row is that now? It's like 5.
Oh my God. You know, you lose count when you're on top. You know, when you're on top of the world, you stop counting. It's not a big deal, you know. You count when you're down at the bottom of the table. You know what I mean? You're like, woo, hey, Chicago won a game. We got to count these.
You get excited for a victory pod. You know what I mean? If you're Chicago.
We expect it here. This is an expectation.
That's right.
And we're obnoxious. We are an obnoxious team because people have to hate us. We just keep winning. We just keep being faster than everyone. We just keep scoring multiple goals in the first half. That's just our game plan, dude. Just boom, 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 and then let's coast the rest of the game. You know what I mean? It's a wild time. Excited to get into it all with you today. Couple orders of business here. Let's just get it out of the way. Has anyone left us a rating and review in a long freaking time on Apple Podcast? Come on, people are listening on Apple, right? Or hear me out. Is the podcast app such trash that you're listening on other platforms? I forgive you. It's fine. I understand it's a trash app. But if you're listening on Apple Pods, man, get in there, hit the rating, leave us a little feedback. Say, hey, you guys are great. Hey, super handsome. Whatever you want to say, we'll take it. So, buddy, we got to spend a hot day together on Saturday. I was out there a little earlier than you were, just getting sweat in my eyeballs. I didn't want to wear a headband because I didn't want to get a tan line on my head. I've learned that lesson.
You don't want to go to rehearsal with a big tan line?
Could you imagine? That would be the worst. But I got out there and had some food, man. I had some Mediterranean Baba's hummus. Went and got a little acai bowl over at Ruby Jeans. Basically spent a second mortgage situation. Not a big deal.
But the price of your tickets and some just on some food, basically.
A little sweet potato brownie over there at Ruby Jeans juicery. Not too shabby. It's not the best thing I've ever had in the world, but it's a fine little sweet treat if you're plant-based. It was great. I loved it.
Interesting. I still need to go to Baba's. I've been kind of meaning to. All their food looks fantastic.
I know you're a thrifty bitch. All right, we know this. You love it. You love a sale. You love a deal. You also just love not spending money. I get it. And
I don't know why. That's how I get my kicks. I don't get
how people get rich. Okay, that you save your money, you get rich. So I assume you're super rich because you are a frugal son of a gun. And I don't mean that negatively.
I hope to retire early. Let me just put it that way. I hope to retire before 60, 65 or 67 or whatever that is now.
I hear you, man. I hear you. It's eating out there. I mean, whoa, we had to find some shade, bro. It was humid. I'm not trying to be a little baby, but I do sweat and glisten, if you will. Bit of a sweaty guy. It is what it is. But you got out there. We got to enjoy 3 first half goals before I ended up going and catching about 70% of the sporting game later that night. But I had the game on my phone, was tracking all this stuff, man, being like, Chris must be having the best time over there because I'm having the worst time here at Sporting. But yeah, you're with our friend Megan, and you guys had a blast, right?
Yeah, no, it was a great time. Saw all but one of our goals in like the first 20 minutes or 18 or whatever it was.
Yes,
came out.
You got to get there early.
You do.
We're going to score early, and you got to stay late because we may score late. You just don't know. There's no. Don't beat around it. Plan to be there for 90 plus minutes. It is what it is.
We scored in the second minute and then the 95th. So,
bro, that's an early goal, a late goal, some stuff in between. It was wild, man. I want to take a look at looking at the standings right now. I've just got them pulled up. That's why it's on my mind. Orlando's keeping pace with us here, man. They're 5 points behind us, waiting for us to make one wrong move, waiting for us to step on a landmine so they can get within reaching distance. You know what I mean? We got to keep up this pace. And that summer break's coming. We got an Angel City team coming to town this Friday. Struggling-ish Angel City team, if you will.
They're dangerous. They're still very dangerous.
For sure, man. You got Lissa Thompson on there. Very, very dangerous, fast player. But I hope we can get this done and then ease into the summer and just take a break. And I want to tell you, something crazy happened at CPKC Stadium, something that people may not see again. But you had on the concourse some autograph signings. Lola Bonta was signing with Dabinia. You had an opportunity to go in there and speak to these superstars and get an autograph on your amazing Pride Clock fan. That was a handout, by the way. Most functional gift I've ever had.
Which I did not get. Apparently I got there too late.
Yeah,
I was like, I walked through, I scanned my ticket, and I'm like, like looking around, where do I go? Who do I gotta, who's handing him out?
Yeah.
I didn't see anybody. And I was bummed, and then I was like, maybe they're gonna hand him out after the game. Maybe it was one of those deals. Nope. Bro. I saw people with them, and I was like, man, I missed it. Missed the boat.
Great giveaway for one. Clack fans are, we know they're drag queens. Do them.
You were having a blast. I'll just say that you were doing it quite a bit on Saturday.
Because I was instead of clapping, I was clacking. It was easy, and then I was divaing out, bro. I was just fanning myself. I was like, my arm's getting tired, and I don't care because it's 90 degrees out here, and there's no cloud coverage. When that cloud coverage came, though, it was like, oh my God, this is Valhalla.
I was trying to get a little closer to you to get a little whiff of that breeze you're creating there.
I know. I was like, get the hell out of here, man. I'm sweaty. But it was, dude, I never had a more functional gift. Never had a better Pride experience. I mean, that whole stadium just screams inclusivity and pride. I mean, it's a Pride paradise out there, dude. I freaking love it. But anyways, I wanted to get Lo and Dabinia to sign my Pride fan. I'm sure other people did this. And we went to get in line, man, and they cut off the line. They were like, this is the end of the line. And I was like, oh no, but what if it was just us two? Like, what if we were the end? Like, do you know who I am?
Don't forget about people in front of me. They don't matter. Just, Do
you listen to no other pod, sir? Like, we do a thing. All right. But just let me in line. No respect around here, but no, it's all good. We waited too long. It is what it is. But that's cool. You don't get that opportunity to have two superstars of that caliber signed because they're not normally injured. At the same time, anyways, Lowe's never injured, bro.
Yeah, Lowe will do events at like Boulevard, and other things, but Dabinia, man, I don't honestly recall her doing a signing like other than maybe a, STM welcome event right before the stadium, the season kicks off. That's the only time I think I've seen something like that. So she's very hard to get for those opportunities. So hopefully people were able to appreciate that chance.
Yeah, man. And speaking of injuries, who like, I want to say who cares, because we just keep rolling. We like some teams when like their top players are out, it's like, shit, man, our midfield's out. Like 2 of our 3 starting midfielders, like we're torched. We're in trouble. And we're not in trouble, dude. Like Kansas City Current are not in trouble ever. And I just love that we just keep rolling. We
were talking about how much of a luxury that is. Like we were up like 2 or 3 goals at the time, and we're like, man, we have Dabinia and Lowe out. 2 incredible players, MVP candidate, and we're up 3-0 against a team that is in good form. Like, it's such a luxury to have.
Oh, 100%. And even looking at our starting lineup, I mean, our midfield still has starters. Rocky Rodriguez isn't a normal starter, but DiBernardo and Hutton absolutely are. So I'm kind of doing the math, and I'm like, well, where does Dabinia and Lowe even fit in? Like, that's 2 people with only 1 available spot. How did they play? Like, is it because Bia wasn't getting starting minutes for a while, so Dabinia was in there? I don't really understand the math here. But somehow it works out, man. Rocky Rodriguez got the start, and Izzy Rodriguez started in there for her, and Ellie have kind of been trading off a little bit, it seems, getting mixed minutes every match.
Yeah, I mean, they both play so hard. Like, I mean, they all do, first of all, but like, Izzy's a workhorse, man. I don't know what kind of mileage she puts in every game, but it's got to be towards the top of the team. But it's nice to be able to have those type of players. They're different, but you can just kind of plug and play, and you can give them some break and some rest. And at the end of the season, you're not going to have those tired legs at left back, right? They're going to at least be fresher than normal. So,
good point, man.
But to your point, you're right though. Like, Bia was out a lot at the beginning of the year, when we had Lowe and Dabinia in, and it's such a good problem to have if you're Vlatko. But yeah, man, we just got so much talent on this team. It's hard to keep everybody on the field. It really is.
It really is, dude. It's let's take our break real fast, and then we'll come back and talk about all the chaos of this game. So stay right there.
Looking for tickets for your next event? Tickets for Less is your #1 source. Save big on every purchase when you use promo code KCSN at ticketsforless.com.
Success in real estate takes more than vision. It takes the right financial partner. When someone takes something rundown and turns it into something great, that's called a comeback story, like Brain Group. They take distressed properties here in KC, completely rework them, and then turn them into valuable real estate. But that kind of work needs the right bank behind it. Enter Emprise Bank. They're not about cookie-cutter loans. They saw Brain Group's vision, backed them, and now they're making big moves in Kansas City real estate. Talk about your partner in possible. Emprise doesn't do one-size-fits-all financing. They invest in potential and back growth. Visit emprisebank.com/KC to learn more. Emprise Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Folks, it's playoff time, and if you're still just watching the games, then you're missing out. With Pick 6 from DraftKings, you can turn your hoops knowledge into real cash. Just make your picks, track your score, and if you hit all 6, you're looking at bigger payouts than Prize Picks flex plays. Nobody's dropping better payouts than Pick 6. Hit 6 picks, and that's 25 times your cash. And if you beat your competition, you could be looking at a 500 times bag in your pocket. And right now, new customers can get $50 in bonus picks with just a $5 entry. Here's what you got to do. The playoffs are on, so why not take a shot at making a little money while you're watching? Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app right now and use code KCSN. That's code KCSN to play $5 and get $50 in bonus picks. Better payouts, bigger wins, only on Pick 6 from DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 plus. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdictions. Pick 6 not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. 1 per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick 6 bonus picks that expire in 14 days. Limited time offer. Terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Dude, I got to tell you, I'm not surprised by Vlatko's lineups anymore. It just makes sense. I'm like, there's no curveballs, like Bailey Feist isn't getting a start. Like, you do know she's going to come in and like anywhere from 65 to 80 or something like that. You see Ellie Wheeler on the bench and you're thinking, okay, she'll probably come in for Izzy at some point.
Right.
I just love this. Sharples and Ball are probably going to be 90-minute people in there. And then you got Cooper Twinga, Bia up top, Haley Mace over on the right, our enforcer, our right back over there, love her, and Lorena in goal. So there just are no shocking developments in the lineup, despite a couple injuries in our team. When you saw Louisville's coming to town, you're thinking, okay, they're playing pretty good soccer right now. You know what I mean? Like they've been getting decent results out of everyone.
They're on a stretch. They're on a nice stretch, a run of form.
Yeah. Out of everyone in the league, besides us, they had a pretty good last 5 matches, right? So this got started real freaking early, bro. It what freaking minute was this in? The first goal, by the way.
That was, let me take a look.
Second minute, because it was an own goal.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show you, like, the pressure we put on from the first whistle. We don't stop. The pitch was just sun drenched. You know it's hot out there. They're gonna get hydration breaks throughout this game. You just feel it. But when that whistle blew, it's like, hey, let's score early, like we like to do. And that's precisely what happened, man. How did this first goal break down?
Well, right before that, we had I can't remember, I think it was Mace who passed it, but Cooper had a shot on goal that was just a little bit outside the box, so there wasn't as much pace, but it was a great shot. But the Louisville keeper got there and deflected, and I think that really kind of started the attack, because we had a corner after that, and then, you know, the ball kind of bounced around, a little bit of play, and then Cooper kind of had that ball, did a great move, went kind of.
It was a 1-on-3 situation.
Yeah.
That was 30 seconds in, dude.
Yeah. Waste no time.
But it's, you know what I'm seeing here in the breakdown to that, Louisville came to pressure our back line. They really pushed up on us. Haley Mace confidently got out of trouble, and, you know, they found Michelle Cooper there, and it is what it is. You know, we're off to the races. We broke your press. When are people gonna learn to not do that with us? Like, we're gonna just go around you and be faster. I don't really understand.
Yeah, we got so much speed up top, man. You know, Chewinga and Cooper are just blurs of human beings with a ball, and then you have kind of a contrast in Bia, right? She's like a tight end who could just box people out. Great footwork, great vision. But what I love about Cooper is on that play, she didn't give up on it. Like, you know, she just tried to put it up, you know, just flick it up to get it to Chewinga. And I think Chewinga's presence caused that defender to have an own goal. Because if Chewinga wasn't there wouldn't have been the pressure. She probably would have had a different angle on that header. I mean, it was a bad own goal either way, right? Like, it was bad, but that pressure, in my mind, helped cause that.
The goal was an awesome header, by the way, just for your own team. Like, do you remember when we played rec and I headed it into our own net and it looked like intentional? It certainly wasn't. Everyone was like, that was a pretty sweet header, by the way. I was like, yeah, not what I was trying to do, though. That's precisely what that happened. It looked like she put it right in the net. The goalkeeper just like, what the fuck, dude? Like, why are you doing that?
Yeah, and right behind her was Chewinga too. Like,
Chewinga's right there.
Yeah.
And she might have headed it home. I don't know. But then not a minute later, they spring Michelle Cooper down the right side. Chewinga's right there with her. Cross it over. Boom. Into the back of the net. Easy as pie. Offsides. Damn it. Just barely, bro. That one was barely offsides. I was like, damn, I wasted my clack fan claps for that. But it we got
Like,
what's that?
Like, you have a finite amount of clacking you can do.
Exactly. But you knew more was coming. Like, you could sense the urgency. You could sense the aggressiveness. Like, it was insane, man. And it did come again in the 13th minute here.
15th.
Yeah, 15th minute. This was crazy because I didn't celebrate this because I thought it was offsides. I 100% did. It was almost
Both did.
It was almost even with our seats.
Yeah.
But boy, oh boy, I'm watching it back. It was not. I mean, I think when the ball was played, she was in her half of the field and was absolutely onside. But Michelle just takes it down the right side, man. Left-footed strike right in the corner. She's Captain America, bro. She's like, I can do this all day.
Yeah. You can't say enough, man. It's so incredible. And gosh, she's so fast. She is so fast.
Is it? I mean, dude, it's an optical illusion because she has this like enforcer like stature about her, which implies to me she won't be like the fastest person, but she's aggressive and strong and will able to hold up the ball. No, bro. No, she fast. She's an enforcer and fast. And I can't get enough of it, man. I love it. Having her on our team, like, I just keep thinking, I think I turned to you and I was like, man, that trade in the draft was is really paying off. I mean, I know Lynn Biondolo's scoring goals too, but so is Michelle Cooper, man. And Michelle's younger and has more time to develop here. So we've got us a good one.
You basically traded now for the future, right? You traded that year or two, and she was on a contract year. Lynn was coming up, so you don't know if you would have even been able to retain her another year. But I mean, you can't say enough about Cooper, man. Like, every year she's taken a huge leap, year after year, and then obviously the national team. And I mean, she carries the culture too, right? She carries the locker room and the team as well. She's such a key piece of that, and man, she's such a luxury to have on our team.
Yeah, man. And then, like, bro, with it, we haven't even had 20 minutes of this game. I feel like I've recapped an entire game right now. But like, before we even hit 20 minutes, we got a third goal coming. Bia does a little back heel to Vanessa DiBernardo. She kicks the ball and it kind of looks like a handball in the box, if I'm being honest. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Are we going to I'm screaming for review. I'm like, hold on, stop the play, penalty. And before I could even yell that, Vanessa gives it right back to Bia, and Bia just one touches it, slow rolls it into the left corner, man. And I'm like, okay, never mind. No need for a review. We're good. Do you know that KC Current have a league best 20 goals in the first half? 20 this season. And 12 of those have come in the opening 25 minutes of play. More than half, bro. Like, it's insane. The club has also scored a league best 46 first half goals since the beginning of last year's season. We like to score early. And why not? Why not? Get ahead early so you don't got to stress later. So you don't got to do these lung-busting runs to get back in the game. You know what I mean? You get ahead early when you're fresh, and then just kind of relax a little bit.
It plays into our strengths, right? Like, there's nothing better than having an opponent down, a goal or two, time's running out. They have to press, and you turn around and you got Cooper and Chawinga ready to hit that turbo button, and just go balls to the wall and have a great counter. So that really does play to our strength.
100%. And we weren't done. We were going for 4 goals before 20 minutes, like with like 19 and some change. I think Cooper tests the keeper, man, that she had to do like a little one-handed save.
Yeah.
And then fast forward 20 minutes later, Lorena had to be on part of the highlight reel and got herself a little one-handed save to keep their goose egg at the half. You know what I mean? But it was a hell of a save. Like, it was pretty good reaction. Might have taken a little deflection. I can't really tell, but it was nice to see.
Let me ask you, do you know who in second place in NWSL assists all time? You know who that person is?
Vanessa DiBernardo.
Vanessa DiBernardo.
Yeah, you're not going to get me.
31, tied. Sorry. Oh, tied for first. Sorry, said second. Tied for first. With
amazing.
Huerta, Jess McDonald, who's retired. Huerta's in Europe, and our good friend Lynn Biondolo. So
wow,
tied for first. So there's a very good chance that she could be the leader in assists.
Man, and do you know what you attribute all those assists to? Having a juicer. If you listened to our podcast with Vanessa DiBernardo, there's a little throwback for you. She's a juicer, dude. She loves to get them carrots and fruits in there. She loves it.
It's a secret. It's the secret to her success.
Why not? Let's get some juicing going. Dude, at the end of the first half, though, there was a call for a handball on at the detriment of us. Like, we were, I think Rocky kind of had her elbow out a little bit, but it was, at the end of the day, it was deemed not a handball after a little review. I do want to say a little something for referees. We as fans, I know referees are absolutely listening to this podcast, but we as fans don't know what you're saying. You do this, and we're like, okay, so you had the review, and then you pointed at the spot, and then kind of did a little motion like this, like barely. We can't really see it. She's saying it's a goal kick, but once you point to the spot, if anyone's like me, I'm thinking, oh shit, penalty. Is that what you thought, or were you like, okay, goal kick?
I thought it was okay goal kick because my angle I just saw it was very subtle though.
Did you see her do that?
I could see her do that, but like
So
I want her to like flag in an F-15,
bro, yeah,
you know,
do that.
on a yeah.
Point to the spot and point that way. Like that's obvious. But the moment, oh man, I'm so triggered when I see the point to the spot. I'm like, no! I was already getting all fired up about it.
I felt pretty confident though, because her arm was not really extended. It was kind of in the shoulder, you know, above the sleeve. And it was, you could tell she was trying to kind of center, you know, get her shoulder in front of her body. So there was not enough there, but it always makes you worry that, you know, we didn't see it correctly in real time. Yeah. I was a little concerned, but at the end of the day, the right call was made.
The right call was made. Fast forward 62 minutes into the second half here now. They get one back, man. They get one back, and it's kind of heartbreaking in this moment. I don't really like it. Defender Lauren Milliot, is that how you say that?
Yeah.
Milliot, okay. Milliot. Just kind of fired a cross in, and Sonis was able to just get a touch on it, dude. And sometimes that's all it takes. Just redirect the ball, and it goes into the back of the net. So, okay, they got one back. Let's not let it be two. You know what I mean? Let's not be two. And well, that was not to be had. Like they made it two as well, man, shortly after. And now I'm getting scared. Like now I'm feeling like, oh shit, are we gonna give up a 3-goal lead at home and like forfeit some points here? Is that what you're feeling?
This was it reminded me of that one game where, you know, Savannah DeMello just dribbled through our defense and took a shot in like the 90th +8 and tied the game.
Louisville did it here before.
They've done it before.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh shit, man. You know, but in 87th minute, Lorena had a good little save off a header. And then in the 88th minute, god dang, set pieces. Again, corner kick, powerful header right in the goal. Really nothing Lorena can do about it.
No.
Nothing. I'm looking at it. Elizabeth Ball just can't get up high enough. I believe Claire Hutton's there on the player. Man, they just can't deal with it.
It looks like it's between Ball and Hutton.
Yeah.
And it was just a great placement. I'd have to watch that.
If Ball is like a step back, though, like she absolutely gets ahead on it. Like it was just barely missed. So now we got a few minutes left. We got stoppage time coming. Only 5 minutes, not the 10 to 12 that we're used to these days, it feels like. 5 minutes. I'm like, shit, man, just lock it up. Lock it up. We can do this. And boy, can we. Because I don't understand how this happens. But Haley Hopkins gets in the game, and she just boots the ball down the field on the left side. Just boots it. I'm like, okay, so she's just getting rid of it. Because, come on, Chawinga's got no chance of getting this ball. She's so far away from the defender.
She was like 10 people lengths or worth of,
Makes no sense to me. It is truly, I want to see a race and have her be like, all right, we're going to run a 400 meter and you can have a 100 meter head start. I think I'm losing. I think I'm losing that match. And boy, she is going after this defender, and the defender should have this ball. She has the angle. I don't understand how Chawinga is able to like kind of get her body in there and win this ball. How does the defender not just kick it back to the goalkeeper? This is a huge breakdown.
It looked like it was one of those things where she didn't think she needed to run to, you know, she didn't think that Chawinga was going to be going after, right? She thought she had time. She thought she had the distance. I don't think she expected Chawinga just to haul ass and make a play. And it wasn't until like it was happening that she was like, oh shit. And then you could tell she was trying a little harder. Had she sprinted for that ball from the get out, maybe she could have got it.
Maybe she's also a little tired.
But
come on. If you watch tape, you know Chewinga's coming.
Yeah, that's death taxes and Chewinga chasing that ball,
Insane, dude. There's no way you don't you don't sense her on your back. So you're like, shit.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you don't just slide after that ball and just kick it out of bounds. Like, if I got someone fast coming, I'm going to be like, screw you, out of bounds. Like, we're not doing this. And she takes it and centers herself right across the two defenders and just slides it home. Goalkeeper, all she can do is do this.
And the keeper was out of the box, right? Because, she was halfway out of the box, and, she was kind of caught in that. Do I go one-on-one with Chewinga? We have a couple defenders getting back that are close to her at this point. Do I step back? She was caught in that ground, and once you're flat-footed against Chewinga in the middle of the box, she's going to go around you. You're toast.
Oh,
that's exactly what happened.
And positives for Louisville, by the way, for their plane ride home. Like, they can say, hey, we made a valiant effort to come back on their field. Like, not many people score multiple goals in a half at CPKC Stadium with that crazy crowd, with this fast team. And they did. They made it a nerve-wracking game until that last couple minutes there where Chewinga was able to seal the deal. But thank goodness. Like, I mean, you saw Vlatko go out and give every woman a high five, a hug, whatever. Like, I think Cooper just threw a hug on him and then went and celebrated with Chewinga. Like, this team's culture is powerful, dude. Like, they are having fun. Vlatko's leading this band of women to a great place. And if you know how last year went, it's unfinished business. It's like it's NWSL championship or bust. You have to.
Which is going to be at PayPal Park.
Hey, segue.
25, yeah.
Let's take a break and come back and talk about that, all right? So stay right there.
Thanks for listening to KC Sports Network. Make sure you download our new app. Find it on the App Store or Google Play. Just search KC Sports Network.
All right, welcome back. KC current sit in the table as it stands with 30 points from 12 games. My goodness, bro. Like, we're just racking them up. It feels nice. We are getting 2.5 points per game. That's how you win the league. You just keep up this pace and things will be good. As I mentioned earlier, Orlando's coming. San Diego's right behind them. Washington dropped points. That's our top 4 right there. We got an opportunity to really set ourselves apart this Friday. But before we get there, we mentioned before the break, the NWSL Championship is going to be in San Jose. Yes?
Yeah.
PayPal Park.
And yeah, Bay FC plays.
Bay FC plays there. But it is in San Jose, yes?
I think so. I'll double check.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure, like, San Jose Earthquakes play there, right? But that doesn't mean anything. Colorado Rapids play in Colorado, but it's not Denver. It's like Commerce City or something.
Right.
Miami plays up in Fort Lauderdale. It's the whole thing. We could go forever. New York Red Bulls are over in Jersey. Hey.
Right. Yeah, it's San Jose. I mean, some may say Kansas City Current or in Missouri. I mean, not some may say, but some may not know.
No, sure.
Know the difference.
Still Kansas City, though.
Yeah, still Kansas City.
Dude, so this is... I hope we're booking tickets for a little trip in November. I'm not closed.
No, I'm not either. I mean, we did when they played in Washington. You arranged your flight from yeah, exactly.
I did. I rerouted my flight.
You did. I got there a couple days early, I think, and explored the DC area, which was a lot of fun. That was the first time I've been to that city. But I mean, I had such a fun experience at that championship, and obviously the one in Kansas City. I'm like, what a cool thing to do yearly if you can make it happen, with money and vacation time and things like that. But
totally,
I mean, it's a cool experience no matter who's playing. But if the Kern are playing, we're going to be there. We're going to find a way.
We're going to find a way. It's exciting stuff, man. We'll see how things shape out. We still got one more game before this summer break, right? Because we don't, right? We got Angel City this week, and then nothing for a bit.
Yeah, the Teal Rising Cup or
Teal Rising Cup, sure.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I think I mentioned it before. I don't really care about that all that much. I want us to be healthy. Of course, you love to win everything, but like, man, I just want us to be I want us to keep our shape and keep this little run we got going, but like keep your health. You know what I mean? Stop being hurt, Dabinia and Low. Like let's get back. We're in Prime Video this Friday though, man. 7:00, home game. So I hope to see a lot of you out there. I will not be out there. I'm very pissed off about it, but I
You're
can't
not going to make it?
No, I can't because I signed up to be in a murder mystery show that's on Saturday and our rehearsals on Friday. So fun little fundraiser here in Topeka, Kansas at Topeka Civic Theater if anyone's trying to go. But if you're listening to this, chances are you're also watching the game. But I will be watching the game. I have rehearsal at like 5, so I'll be home by 7 to watch.
Okay. Now, and this is our 6th home game of the year. We've played 5 at home and 7 away, up until this point.
Dude,
so
not bad to be in first place when you've had more away games than home.
Not bad. And we're a different team at home, man. We're just a different team. We're a different animal.
Well, there's no losses or draws at home. And in fact, there's no draws period on the season. And we have 2 losses and they're both away.
Yeah, let me see I'm kind of curious what our schedule looks like.
Coming up?
Coming up after the break here. So I'm gonna pull that up.
It's tough to look that far ahead, you know what I mean? Because with such a break, it's like we could pick up where we left off, or we could be an entirely different team. And I think everyone's hoping that we're an entirely different team. Every other team,
Right. Well, I mean, the luxury of having the depth and playing with the type of chemistry and consistency that we are is we don't need to rush low back. We don't need to rush Nichelle Prince, by the way, who's been out as well. We don't need to rush Dabinia or anybody like that. So we can continue to kind of give them that break they need, which is a luxury that, most teams need their stars back right away. Need them back. You need to finish strong, whatever it is. You can't give up points. We're winning convincingly with them off. So it's it's such a great stretch of games we've had here. As you mentioned, we got Angel City on Friday, and then we have that break. Hopefully we can get healthy. Hopefully we can keep the same chemistry, right? Because we got a good thing going right now. But the next 3 games after that, I'll just throw that out there. We play at Louisville. I'm sure they're going to want revenge at their place. At Utah, which we should win that game, you would assume.
Sure.
And then we have a big matchup against Orlando at home.
And rightfully so. They put that one on big CBS.
Yeah.
That's a big one, man. That's a 3:00 game.
So hopefully we can keep things going and, kind of separate ourselves. I don't want to have I don't do as well with the stress, but I don't want to have the last game of the season, decision day or whatever, you want to call it. And we're needing a win and somebody else to have a draw to win the Shield. You know what I mean? I want to have it wrapped up before then. And our last game, I believe, is at home against San Diego. So that'd be a tough matchup. So hopefully we can get this a lot of games left, but hopefully it doesn't come down to that.
Lots going on, man, and you never know what we're going to look like after the summer. Is all after July is all said and done. So, but all focus goes on Angel City this week, man, and it's they're an interesting team, in the sense of like consistency. You're looking at they're 10th in the table. They've got a -3 goal differential to our positive 18. But we've scored 28 goals. They scored 20. Their away record is pretty mid, 2-1. So I highly expect us to take care of business here. But they've been streaky. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it other than that.
They are
their last 5. Their last 5 they won and then lost, draw, loss. So we're kind of catching them at a great time when they're looking to okay, we need to get shit together here. 4 games in a row with no points here or with only 1 point, we got to get it together.
Yeah. And they are, I think, 12th in the league in terms of XG against. So, I mean, they're giving up a lot of opportunities. We just got to capitalize on it. I mean, they do have a fantastic rookie and Riley Tiernan. Hopefully I'm pronouncing her name correctly. She's up there for Golden Boot too, man. Like she was called into camp. Like she was not one of those players that was, like a high, there's no draft, but, highly sought after, like high draft pick type of player. But she's come in, man, and really just kind of lit this league and that team on fire. So that's somebody we got to be concerned about. And then obviously Alyssa Thompson, man, she's phenomenal.
Yes. 100%. And her sister's on the team too, right? Like they play pretty well together. Talk about team chemistry with someone you literally grew up with. It's looking at matchups for the rest of the weekend, man. Orlando plays at the same time we do, and they go to Louisville, who's
pissed off, probably
a little pissed off. They know what they're capable of, and what better time to bounce back than to take points from Orlando. And hey, we support that idea. We're take points from Orlando, and then the other two teams below us in the standings actually play each other on Sunday night. San Diego hosts Washington, so we could just hope for a draw in that situation, right?
Yeah. And I'm taking a look at the league leaders in goals here. You got Gonzalez is tied with Banda and Chewinga at 8, and then you have Tiernan at 7. So, I mean, she's 4th place as a rookie, which is absolutely incredible. Alyssa statistically has been one of the best players this year, so she's going to bring it. I'm curious to see, her and Mace kind of battle it out. That'll be very interesting to see. I feel like if we could continue to pressure their back line, continue to have them make mistakes, they will. And then we just got to, capitalize on it, take advantage.
Yeah, man. It's Alyssa Thompson's quick. And, but Michelle Cooper knows her from the national team. I think from even before. I think they do know each other, and will be fun to. I think Alyssa plays on the left side, and Michelle plays on the right side. So chances are they will be battling each other. That could be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty interesting kind of midfield battle there for possession with those two. Different types of players too, man. Like obviously Alyssa went number 1 in the draft, Cooper number 2, but just two incredible players, but different type of players.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that battle though.
The same draft, right? They were in the same draft?
Yep.
Yeah. And we traded up to get Michelle. So, I mean, it's from a draft perspective, something that's not around anymore. This should put eyes on it, man. They should really market it like, hey, these two young stars in their 3rd season, as we found out, not their 2nd. It'll be a battle of speed, dude. But Michelle wins in the physicality category. Alyssa might get beasted off the ball, and Michelle's got to be careful, because if Alyssa gets flings herself to the ground, maybe not on purpose, but maybe it just happens because it's a mere size discrepancy, Michelle could get early fouls, man, even a yellow in there. So that could be worrisome. A little mismatch as far as physicality goes.
Yeah, I'm looking, and Michelle has only played 7 games, man. And she is, in terms of goals and assists, she's tied for 9th in the league, for goals and assists. She's only played 7 games. You have Chewinga, Esther, Banda, a lot of those players have played the full 12. So in terms of, per 90, I mean, I think what Cooper is doing is ungodly right now.
Oh yeah, 100%, man. What's our golden boot status looking like? Didn't Chewinga? She got one, but so did Banda, right? So they're tied on 8. Did Esther Gonzalez score a couple?
She did. She got a brace.
So she's now leading the pack.
Yep, she's leading, and Chewinga and Banda have 8, and she has 9.
Speaking of Gotham, how you gonna get a red card and then still win 3-0? I guess it's pretty easy when you're up 2-0 when you get the red card.
Yeah, they're
Oh no,
such
were they up 3-0?
I think they're up 2 at one point. I didn't.
Okay. Crazy. Esther Gonzalez, man, she had to make up for not getting anything against us when we played. So,
And if it wasn't for some guts by the referee to make the right call, she would have had another one.
That's so true. We don't talk about that anymore.
No, we've moved on. Is there any game other than the current that you're excited about that you're really kind of fixated on?
I mean, Gotham's kind of an exciting team, if I'm being honest. They dropped 3 goals last week, so it's like anytime Gotham's playing, like they got some star power attached to them. Other than that, man, no, I'm always gonna keep eyes on Orlando, see if Banda's getting a goal right. So that Orlando Louisville game is pretty appealing. That's not gonna watch it because I'll be watching KC Current at the exact time. So maybe have it on my phone or something.
Yeah, the rest of the games kind of seem like I want to say mismatch, right? But just nothing that really kind of jumps out at you. Gotham plays Bay.
Seattle
Carolina
should beat Utah.
Yeah.
Portland should crush Chicago. At San Diego and Washington, pretty good matchup, really.
Yeah, there we go.
Sunday night, CBS Sports Network. So that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a big one. 3 and 4. Kind of hope for a draw there, right?
I absolutely hope for a draw there. Not trying to, not trying to give up to have San Diego get any closer to us, and Washington's right behind them. So they're battling. They're all battling for, top spot there, man.
Yeah, and I know we touched on it a couple podcasts ago, but we went to Orlando, to San Diego, to Washington, and won all 3. Like, we might look back and not give that stretch like its due credit in terms of how crucial that is.
It's a great point, dude. I mean, 3 of the top 4 teams, and we're the other one, and we went to their place and beat them. That's a little crazy. Also, feels really bad about losing the 2 away games that we did, when we're going and winning these other ones. So sometimes you misstep, sometimes things happen, but like, we're on the right path now, man. It is wild to think like, oh shit, we could have 36 points right now and be completely undefeated. That sounds cool, but you take what you can.
Yep. Angel City is going to be a tough game. They're gritty. They're tough. They got some players who can score. Just got to keep it in front of us. They got a lot of speed with Thompson. Just keep them in front. And I don't know if Kristen Press will come on for Angel City, but you might be able to catch a press sighting, if you will.
She's good. Angel City, man, they got great players. Dare we put some money on it to say we get 3 first half goals again, or at least 2? Would you do it? I'm not a betting man, but would you?
Since I'm not actually betting, yeah. But
I don't know.
I can't rule it out. Can't rule it out,
dude. A home game, and we do multiple goals in the first half. Like, all I know is get home from work, get your popcorn, get your snacks, because when the game's starting, we could have a goal before you even sit down. It happens to people all the time in the stadium. So get to the stadium early, get to your TV early. Could be fun. Anything? Nothing really around the league here. Anything else we need to mention?
I can't really think of anything. I think I'm good on my end.
Fair enough. It's go time, y'all. Last game before our little summer friendly tournament and a little break here. So it's exciting. Get your teal on, get out there. As always, hit us up on socials at No Other Pod, at Dan Kooser, at Chris Wright 21. You can email us, nootherpod@gmail.com. And we'll I hope we're doing this again next week, man. So for Chris, I'm Daniel. We love you so much. Smooches.